Hi guys, it's Carrie Ann from Everything Mom, and it's a confession time. This week's confession is don't let the time you take off to parent and watch your kids impact your choice to return to work. You may find yourself in a position after being away from work for an extended period of time. Your biggest fear or roadblock may be that gap you've been away. But I want to remind you that there's also this need for a lack of a better word, sort of life skills in how you interact with people. And to remind you that the time that you take off to focus on parenting actually gives you those skills, and perhaps some skills that maybe other people without spending time parenting wouldn't necessarily have. For example, being a parent makes you a great negotiator. How many times has there been one toy or one TV or one of anything, the last cookie, and you have more than one child who wants it? It comes to the parent to play that role of negotiator. So negotiation skills are great. That is certainly something that you use a lot of as a parent and will come in handy in the office, your business life. Multitasker, because what parent hasn't been in a scenario in the evening after school where it comes to helping one child with math, listening to another child practice their French while cooking dinner, and perhaps packing lunches all within the same time, and still the ability to show your kids and the stuff on the stove that you're giving it an equal amount of attention so nothing gets burnt or a child feels that you're not really listening to them and it erupts in a problem. So multitasking is another skill that you quickly learn as a parent, which would definitely attribute to the business world. It will be multiple things coming at you, multiple deadlines, so your parenting skill will come in handy. Flexibility. So being a flexible mindset is another skill you learn being a parent. You plan a family trip and your child gets sick or breaks an arm. You're not going to turn around and say like, okay, I'm going to cancel everything and defeatist attitude, because there are a lot of people who are depending on this trip, not just this one child, but you have to be understanding for that child's new needs. So you adjust what you have in mind. Your child comes home from school saying that, oh yes, they forgot to tell you they're having a bake sale and they had signed you up to bake 200 cupcakes. So guess what you're doing that night, even though you actually planned to sit down with a glass of wine and watch a movie. So flexibility and a flexible mindset is another great skill that you will I don't know if master, but you will certainly pick up, which will benefit you in the office. Problem solver. I swear every day there's like 8 problems that you have to solve with your kids. Your child has a big project and is stymied with how to move forward with the project. So you work with them to figure out how best to tackle it, to help them come to some sort of plan so they don't feel overwhelmed. Your youngest comes home really upset and angry and of course won't tell you. You have to work through a little dialogue to try and figure out that it was a fight that she had with her friend and what attributed to it, and maybe how she can work on building that friendship back up or learning to let go of that friendship. So countless problems face you as a parent. Like, forget the tasks that your kids bring home. Parenting alone is often a big giant problem to solve, which will easily translate over to when you go back to work, being able to either suss out the problem that's happening at the office or work with the people who have the problem and figure out a way to tackle it. And the last one I have is a mentor. As a parent, we quickly understand that we are guides for our children, not only in the way we instruct them and give them advice and help them with homework. We are a mentor in the capacity of how they view us. So even the things that we don't directly do with our kids, how we handle an argument with our spouse, how we talk to people on the phone, how we show our appreciation for something that another person has done, and how, or when we're really angry and upset, how we display that or deal with that emotion. That's really a form of mentorship in a sense, that the kids are not only learning skills from you, but also learning how to interact and develop who they are going to be. And in the office environment, no matter what level you're at, it may not be construed as mentorship, but how you interact with a coworker or somebody who you supervise will go a long way into how you contribute to that work environment. And the more positive and supportive that is, which is a skill that you'll develop as a parent, that skill is something that you would take into the office. Negotiator, multitasker, being flexible in mindset, problem solver, and mentor. These are just 5 skills that you have no doubt developed during that time off you've taken with parenting your children. And these are all skills that will benefit you in the office world if you go back to work. Don't let the time that you've taken off from your work life to parent your skills, whether it's 2 years or 10 years, don't let that deter you from going back into the workforce. It's going to be scary. A big change after so many years can be. I actually talked about lessons that I learned when I made the choice to go back to the office life, and I'll include a link to that. Those are just 5 skills that I've noticed that you pick up as a parent that work well in the office world. I'm curious what other parenting skills you may have developed that have been a benefit when working with others. Be sure to leave it in the comments below. As always, you can find me here on Sunday talking confessions, thoughts going through my head, maybe things you can relate to. I'm also here talking books for kids, family travel, and other fun family stuff. So don't forget to subscribe so you know when the next video is published. And until next time, ciao!